Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Justice League of America, The Tornado's Path. Take a look at this cover right here. Now, The Tornado's Path is a 1 year later story for the Justice League of America. If you remember way back, with Crisis of Conscience, and A World Without Justice League, and the Infinite Crisis itself, the Justice League was a complete mess. There was distrust, animosity, and hatred towards each member, and it just fell apart. 1 year later, wounds have healed, people have forgiven each other, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Trinity have returned, and they meet in the Batcave to discuss what will be the new Justice League of America, who will be the members. And while this has happened, the main story arc of this story starts to begin. Red Tornado, who was destroyed during the Infinite Crisis and shows up a little bit during 52 as a destroyed robot, is a spirit, and Deadman helps him to get put into a new body. And this is not a robot body, an android body. No, this is a human body. So Red Tornado is brand spanking happy to get this new body, which actually can use his wind avatar-like powers. However, we find out that it wasn't Deadman, but actually someone else. And the bigger plot starts to thicken. See, the main bad guy in this is actually Solomon Grundy. And you're probably going, what? Solomon Grundy? A bad guy? The main bad guy? Like a super genius one? Yes. Like Solomon Grundy is true to his character, every time he dies he gets reborn differently. Most of the time it's either an idiot or a feral beast, but this time he's actually reborn into a criminal mastermind. And it's an interesting approach for Solomon Grundy. And he has a plan to use the Red Tornado to kind of stop his curse and to relieve his affliction. However, he's doing it in a very evil way. Now, that's the main story arc. I actually want to talk about the new Justice League itself and the characters itself a little bit, because, you know, these are new characters to the Justice League. So we have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, the Trinity. What can I really say about them? With the exception of, like, Justice League International, they were always part of the Justice League. So, yeah, the Trinity. I really don't need to get into them. We got Black Canary, and Black Canary is actually the chairperson to the Justice League. We have the Justice League Watchtower, and we also have Justice League the Hall of Justice, where she is the chairperson at. I like how she's given more of an important role, because Black Canary is one of my one character I really like, and I don't think she really gets as much credit she deserves on the Justice League, and she's getting it here. So we get Black Canary as the chairperson of the Justice League. We get, for our Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, which I've always considered Hal Jordan a better pick than any of the other Justice League, Green Lanterns for the Justice League, with the exception of maybe Kyle Rayner, because even though I don't care for Kyle Rayner as a Green Lantern individually, he makes a good teammate for the Justice League. We get Hawkgirl, which is an interesting pick for a Justice League member. She fits the role pretty well. I always liked the new Hawkgirl. I think she's, well, now the dead Hawkgirl, but I like the new Hawkgirl a lot, and I feel as though it was either her or Hawkman that should have been on the team. We also get Red Tornado, and Red Tornado's role in this was actually really good. I don't really care about him as a superhero. I'm a little impartial for him being on the team. However, it doesn't hurt the comic at all that he is on the team, but you can only do so much with him. Then we get Black Lightning. Now, Black Lightning is a character I'm relatively new to, but I actually like Black Lightning a lot. He has a pretty cool power, and his suit is pretty cool. And he's kind of a rock of the team. I don't want to say a rock, but I mean, like, his character is very stoic and strong, and he's kind of I don't know how to say. He's just a very level-headed guy for the team. Then we get Vixen, and Vixen is a character I really like. Vixen is a superhero that has the ability to tap in with animal, nature-like powers, and I think she was a fine addition to the team. Vixen does not get the credit that she deserves. She was a good addition to the team. And finally, we get Roy Arsenal, a.k.a. Red Arrow. Now, although I would prefer Green Arrow over Red Arrow, how they played out Red Arrow in this story was very nice. How he was kind of given the title of Red Arrow, because he was called Arsenal before this, and then Black Canary and Hal Jordan kind of give him the Red Arrow suit, and they're crying when he comes out with the Red Arrow suit. Now you're probably saying, well, why are they crying? Well, you got to understand, Roy has a lot of history to him. He was the first Speedy, the sidekick to Green Arrow, and when Green Arrow and Green Lantern were off doing their thing, he got addicted to heroin and he became a junkie, and eventually he got clean, and he had to start at the bottom and work to his top. So to go through all that mess and then eventually come off wearing the Red Arrow suit was very emotional for Black Canary and for Green Lantern, who were like surrogate aunts and uncles for Red Arrow. And we eventually find out in the background it was Green Arrow's idea to give the suit to him. So I liked what they did with Red Arrow. I thought that was really good. So with that said, those are the members. Again, I don't have to comment on the actual Trinity itself. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They're just in a better mindset and place as they were before the Infinite Crisis. But on to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. The art is absolutely beautiful. Some of the best art I've seen out there. It is fantastically nice. I wish I could show it to you, but again, YouTube. But the art is absolutely beautiful. Very nice. The story isn't that bad. The overall story arc has something to it. They could have done more with it, but they have something to it. I think they spent too much unnecessary time talking about random stuff with the team members, and a lot of members weren't even used that well. Like Vixen, she was just flying around for half an hour doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they could have actually been doing something with her, but some members weren't. Like Black Lightning, I don't feel as though he was used that well. But other than that, I mean, the action was pretty good. There's some good fight scenes. I mean, against Amazo, yes, Amazo does show up, and like Solomon Grundy when he fights Red Tornado, very cool, very emotional. So on a whole, the battle scenes and the story was good. It was okay. The actual bad stuff itself. I have to say, like I said, a lot of characters like Vixen, Black Lightning, even Black Canary weren't used all that well. They could have been used a little bit better. Besides that, on a whole, when I first read this, I wasn't overly impressed by it. But after rereading it, I think this is a good Justice League story. It's a solid Justice League story, and while it may not be spectacular as some of the former Justice League stuff we get, it has a good feel to it, and the good outweigh the bad. It doesn't have a lot that stands out, but it does a good job at making the team what it is today. Although the Justice League is changing now after Final Crisis, but, I mean, on a whole, they did a good job with this book. Is it the best Justice League story? No. But if you want to get into Justice League and you don't want to go back and get some of the JLA stuff, shame on you. But if you can't get a hold of it, Tornado's Path is a good place to go. And like I said, the art is some of my favorite art out there. Probably is my favorite art. I mean, it is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, with that said, I'm going to end this review here. Justice League of America, Tornado's Path. Pretty good book. I would recommend picking up for any Justice League fan or anyone that's wanting to get into Justice League. So with that said, I'm going to end the review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.